We're so excited.
Not yet. Not yet. Hold on one sec. Okay. I'm going to go live. There's going to be a pause while the live stream kicks in, and we'll just smile. And normally, we'll wait to, okay, so, and then we'll start talking when we're truly live, and then we'll introduce you. And we'll talk. Okay, it's not going live. Okay, guys, it's not going live. So what we're gonna do.
Do you know his channel changed?
Yeah, so we tried to pull it before the broadcast and it may have screwed stuff up. So hold on. Adham, can you go ahead and check on Portal to, or New Realities and Lightnet to make sure we're not live?
New
And
reali
it's live.
new reality.
It actually is live. I think we went all the way through. Okay, it completed. Okay, welcome everybody. Okay, so um
Take in the car, go talk to the guy, and just be like, Christian, like you're a community leader.
okay.
We know you want to improve your neighborhood. Help us help you can do like the internet better
No,
in your
don't do
neighborhood.
that.
We'll give you
Put
free
right
internet.
here
And we did that for a number
stop
of
sharing.
neighborhoods, but then we kind of were
Open
talking about
it up.
partners, and they're like, dude, this is one thing for five
Yeah,
neighborhoods, but imagine 50
yeah,
or 500 or
turn it off.
5,000. You're like,
All right, everybody, we're on Adam's computer. And so when we went live, everything on it automatically opened in his browser with all of his favorite videos. So here we go. This year, we are here with Susan Shatzer, the incredible Susan Shatzer that makes it easy and fun to change your life in an instant. And it's just a miraculous process, Susan. And we're here to do it differently here in 2025. I mean, it could not be a more different world. So thank you for guiding us today. We're so excited and honored to be here.
Oh my goodness. It is my honor to be with you. We are going to bust out so many paradigms tonight. We are just going to drop them like hot potatoes. It's happening. We're doing it. It no longer serves us. It's in the way. It's taking up bandwidth. It's not giving us the space we require in order to create the life that we truly desire. Today's the day, and now's the time.
That's so cool. And Susan reminded me this week, she's like, well, if it's not fun, fix it. So tell us a little bit about why you wanted to call the show this year Do It Differently and what that means to you, Susan.
I would love to. So, do it differently is a frequency that's available to us now. And it's actually challenging the way we were brought up. So, our whole lives, we were brought up with our parents and our grandparents saying to us, oh, we've done it that way. We've always done it that way. Our parents did it that way. Our parents before them did it that way. You know what? It's not broken. Let's not fix it. So we've been living with a okay status quo. It's fine. And now it's like that's not okay anymore. Like being fine is not like the most benevolent outcome. Even being like good is like not the most benevolent outcome. Like outstanding, opulent, over the top, totally abundant, like incredibly magical. Like those are the things that we are manifesting, creating, and instituting in this reality right now in 2025. And the beauty of it is that we all have access to this. And it's where we're willing to step into, not because we have to, because we're curious, because we're like, oh, maybe if we did do that differently. So it takes us all the way back when you were entrained, back in elementary school, when you were in kindergarten and you learned to count. And it was 18, 19, 20 erasers, crayons, paper clips. Then you got to first grade and they're like, yeah, that whole thing with adding, we're going to teach, I mean, that whole thing with counting. Yeah, that was great. We're going to teach you to add. So you started to learn 2 and 2 is 4, and 5 and 5 is 10, and 10 and 10 is 20, and 20 and 20 is 40, and 50 and 50 is 100, right? So you could count faster by adding. Well, did you ever go back to counting everything one at a time again? Like, no, right? Like, that would be stupid. You know, just that would be choosing against yourself. So that is what doing it differently is all about. It's about doing something differently, choosing a different way of doing something, choosing a different possibility, and then getting the visceral experience of it. Like, yeah, can you feel that in your body? Like, what you were when you first got here is not going to be the new you get when we get done today. So there's all of these infinite possibilities because that's the realm that I play in. And doing it differently is what is opening up to creating a different consciousness and education system for the US and beyond, which will supplement regular ed. It's going to be called the Limitless Life Institute, and we're going to invite people to do things differently, like do grieving differently. We're going to be doing telepathy. We're going to be teaching kids to see without seeing with their eyes, hear without hearing with their ears, and knowing without actually being taught what to know. And yeah, we're just going to blow it up. It's all going to get blown up. We're so excited about it. It's going to be phenomenal. Everybody, we're going to have all different kind of levels. It's going to be interest based. It's not like you're this age, you're in this grade, this is what you've got to learn. Not anymore. That's a big nope, not happening. We're tearing down the wall. Enough with Anne Frank and traumatizing the kids with her damn diary. We're not doing it anymore. No, no more Romeo and Juliet, suicide, pact bonding. Not happening. Not going to do it. Not at all. Grapes of wrath, poverty. Nope. No more. Nope. Out. Out with
I
the old, in with the new, on with the next.
love that. I love it. I was Anne Frank in our play. That's hilarious. It's true. I was on the phone today with Neil Gar of Portal to Ascension, and things are booming for him. And it's because finally the world is ready to do it differently and to rethink, just like the Smallfoot movie. So it's so cool to have you just like opening the door. And he said, I never in my lifetime thought that what's happening now would happen. And I go, me either. So we're gonna grow our dreams a little bit bigger than we have before tonight and in this year and on, right, Adam? It's exciting to rethink.
Yeah, yeah, I really like where you're at because we've been talking with people. There's so many just mind-blowing revelations coming out now. Every conspiracy that you thought maybe even fringe could be true, it's absolutely true and far worse than you thought. And one after another. And one of the things we've been saying to people is the real conspiracy has been that this reality is set up the way you think, because it isn't. It's really not set up the way we think. And that's been the biggest conspiracy. And that's what I hear you saying you're going to do something about. And so I couldn't give you enough applause for that really heartfelt gratitude. Thank you for being ready, because we've been waiting for the teardown crew to remodel this place for a long time, and they're here. So having a plan about how we're going to rebuild all this is right where we need to be.
And you and all your team at Bethany, everyone make it so fun, and it's really exciting because you put the message of this conspiracy that you can't tell whatever story you want about your life in the Limitless Life Institute. It truly is for each and every one of you that is hearing this right now. I mean, my friend Yasmin is from Morocco, moved to the United States, is now like working in outer space, traveling the world. Like, I mean, her life just bloomed, into places just seems like a fairy tale in a way. And that's available to all of us
It
in
is.
stages or all at once or whatever. But anyway, let's get on to today's big thing, which is removing these things that are in the way of us living out our dreams, right? Of living our best life, of the big best version, or any version really that we want to shift to.
And
Yeah,
are we ready to bring up Sharon, or
I
did
think
you
we
have
are.
some?
Is Sharon ready? Are you ready, Susan?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, here we go, Sharon. We love Sharon. Sharon's been a volunteer with me since I arrived in Sedona when we were doing the Global Awakening Tracker and tracking all these people and the growth of what was happening. Welcome, Sharon. Good to have you.
You. Nice to be here.
Take it
Love
away.
working with you, sweetie. It's
Oh.
awesome. You've always been cutting edge, and it's just been so exciting to watch things unfold. And the
This is
global
going to
tracker
be
in real time was really cool.
so much fun. Like
Yes.
I got the energy of this on the way up in the elevator, and I got off on the fourth floor with the energy kept going and just shot through the roof. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get in here. I need a seatbelt to hold me in place. Oh, like click, click. I'm like, it's happening. It is happening. Yeah. So can we do like an all clearing for like everyone? Okay, cool. So whether you're with us live, thank you so much for being here. And whether you're listening to this in the future, take a deep breath in. Yeah, and all the expectations, calculations, computations, decisions, judgments that you've created about anything in your life ever since you've been a child, before you were a child, before you were born, past lives, present lives, what's projected into your future lives. Everything that you've decided something is a certain way is supposed to be that way. It has to be that way. It ought to be that way. All of the shoulda, coulda, wouldas that we've been running in the background ever since, everywhere we weren't willing to dream, everywhere we weren't willing to step out of our comfort zone, everywhere we've been playing in somebody else's sandbox, all of that leaves on three, out on three. One, two, three. Yeah. Whoa. I'm like, I'm like, the boomerang came around and went ding. Yeah. So that just eliminated a whole bunch of stuff that just keeps us stuck in this. So, like, if there was like no problem, like, who would you be? I bet you'd be someone that no one would want to hang out with. And that's the biggest fear. Because if your life is so amazing and you've got nothing to complain about and everybody else has something to complain about, then are you going to be liked? Can they resonate with you? Can you resonate with them? Yeah, not so much, huh? Yeah. So being bold, being willing, and acknowledging that this new possibility is available for you. And it's about your life, your choices, your frequency. You get to choose. So, Sharon, what is happening with you?
Well, it's funny that you say that because my job is up and down. So one day we're selling the business, the next day we're closing it down, then we're selling, then we're closing it down. And so an offer comes in, it doesn't work out. So now we're back to like, it's just been a roller coaster since January 1st, which is fine. I've just been keeping an open mind, whatever happens, it's fine. So, but once I work with because there's two levels of government that I work with to facilitate its controlled substance. So there's two levels of government. So I get them in line. Okay, we're closing down. We get all the paperwork done, and then no, we're not. We're staying open. We're selling. So now we have to undo all the paperwork that we. So the government's getting frustrated with me because they every time I email them, they're like, no, just please stop calling us. Don't call us anymore. Okay.
It sounds
But
like a
it's
friend
been
of mine.
that
She married her husband, divorced her husband, married her husband, divorced her husband, married her husband, divorced four times. She
oh,
married and divorced, married, and then finally she got divorced the fourth time. It sounds like that's what's happening with your business. You're getting married and then you're divorcing. You're getting
And there's a
married.
lot of paperwork both ways.
Right, right, exactly. So I
That's-
got you and I got the energy.
But it's funny because I've kept an open mind and just been like, okay, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But the people around me are getting very upset and very frustrated and and my family's like, oh, don't you just want to smother him with a pillow and things like that. They're talking about my boss. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. No big deal. But what I'd like to do, Susan, is I'd like resolution. I would like just a direction in life. Let's either shut it down or sell it. I don't care. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me, but I just want to have a direction and move on.
Yeah, cool. So what's preventing you from taking action?
Um, well, I feel like I run the business and no one else knows how to run it. So for me to walk away right now would leave them in an unfortunate position because there's no one
But
to
there's,
step into my shoes.
yeah, there's
So I
twice
feel
as
like
much work.
I should
There's,
stay there until whatever
sure.
happens.
Yeah. So is that choosing for you or choosing for everybody else except you?
Well, that's choosing for it's kind of, well, I keep getting a paycheck, so it's still choosing for me in a sense, but it's preventing me from fully moving on because I just want to cut ties, walk away, and walk into what I want to do, pursue my
So
own.
what if there's a different possibility? It's not like
Love that.
stay or go. What if there's something else? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how valuable are you to them?
Oh, it sounds conceited, but a 10 because I manage the business, so
10 plus, right?
yeah, they need me.
So guess who deserves a raise?
Well, yeah. Yes, I do.
So if you're going to stay and you have twice as much work because you have to file for and then file out and then file in and file out, uh, hey, make it fun. Would a raise be fun for you?
A race would be wicked fun for me.
If it's not fun, fix it, right?
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying just to be neutral and allow the fun to come in.
Yeah, so you have to choose it though. You have to invite the fun and choose it. So you can stay and ask for the raise and not take it. You can stay, ask for the raise and take it.
Hmm?
You can not stay and leave. You can stay, ask for a raise, give them a time frame. Like,
Well, I was thinking
I'm
about the time.
here. Well, honey?
I was thinking about the time frame too, saying, okay, you guys have got one more month, and whatever's happened at the end of that month, I wish you well, but I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
was thinking about
what would be fun? I love how you giggle about it.
walking away would be fun. Like I just want to walk away. I'm done. I'm done.
Uh-huh.
It's been
So
5 years.
before you go, do you have a severance that's coming? Is there a bonus? Is there a commission?
No, no, there's nothing.
Okay, so your leverage is now.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what would prevent you from asking for a raise, a commission, a bonus?
Well, I've been thinking about asking for a bonus because the owner is actually out of the country. He's not even here. So I've been dealing with everyone, all the paperwork. I've been acting as if I am the owner, and half the people think that I am. I'm like, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's easier for you to think that way. It doesn't really matter. So, yeah, so I've been thinking about asking for a bonus for doing these deals because this is the fourth person that is going to buy now. The first three fell through, so this is number four. So I've done a lot of legwork and a lot of things on his behalf, which is fine. I don't mind, but I think a bonus. I'm due a bonus. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So ask and he shall receive, right? So they can't say yes unless you ask.
True, true.
So ask your body, because you're the being, you don't need the money. It's your body that would like the money. So ask your body, okay, body, what would be fun for me? I've done this once for this amount, twice for this amount, 3 times for this amount, fourth for this amount. Okay, so like, this is the new plan of action, Mr. Owner who's out of town. Since everything is falling in my lap, and it's been falling in my lap, and I've been doing it graciously, it's really prevented me from being able to move forward
Mhm.
with my own life, a new job. So, in order to stay here and continue to support you with this, this is what's required: a $10,000 bonus.
Okay. That sounds fun. That feels fun.
A $25,000 bonus. Now,
Now.
not when it's so like today, or like half now, half when I file the next round of paperwork, and then another half or a quarter or a third, whatever feels fun, but just cutting and going, let's feel the energy of that.
Yeah, it doesn't feel
Everyone, you got it?
doesn't feel good at all. No.
Like that's a flat line. That energy, I call it a flat line. It's dead. There's like, there's no spiciness. There's no fun
Yep.
in like doing everything and just walking away. I'm like, you're in the position with leverage.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's all take a deep breath in. Yeah. So everywhere you have decided and chosen the way out, the way leaving, the way stepping down, whether it's relationship, a job, a living location, because you decided it was the easiest way, because you decided it would be less stressful, because you decided, yeah, that it would be better for everybody else. And where you actually haven't asked a question, the question being like, what would be fun for me? So what if, Sharon, you're going to do this differently,
Uh-huh.
right? Like, can you feel, all of you, can you all feel in your bodies like the excitement of like 10K,
Mhm.
20K,
Yes.
30K? Like, I have no idea what the business is being sold for or not sold for, but when you add up the amount of years you've been there, the amount of work that you've done, the amount of responsibility you've had, oh, I feel like the angels are shining down on you, Sharon, and they're going, Sharon. So instead of this being a problem, which is what you came in as,
Yeah.
what if this is the blessing that you've been asking for?
You're right. Thank
Can
you.
you feel, yeah, can you
Mhm.
feel the difference?
Yes, I can. Yes, my whole body is just vibrating. I'm excited, and tomorrow's going to be a great day. Not that
Because
today
you
wasn't, but
choose.
tomorrow's going to be even better. Mhm.
Because you choose, honey. This is so fun. Yeah, I love it. Did you have any other question with that, or was like, did we just
Nope,
nail it?
you nailed it. You nailed
Okay. Yay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for asking your question, because it wasn't just helpful for you, it was helpful for everyone.
And you look great in pink, by the way. That's a beautiful shirt on you. That's good.
Thank
We've done
you.
a show about why you don't wear pink. You do look so good. Maybe you're doing
Exactly.
it differently, Susan.
I'll give
It's
you a
her
little
color.
secret.
You're doing it
2 layers. Whoa.
so excited.
Mind blown.
Hey, Amy, are you ready? Oh, right.
Yes, nice flowers, nice
Yes.
colors.
Oh, yeah. Amazing. Hey, Amy, are you ready? Love you.
Yeah,
Sharon.
yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you
I am.
for
Yeah.
thank you for everything. you guys shared. That was
Thank
amazing.
you, Sharon. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Welcome, Amy.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on your new YouTube channel. It's really, I'm so happy to have you there. You were in our Purpose Lab, and this was one of your dream comes true, come true. And it is truly beloved. And I just wanted to thank you for making.
Thank you, and I hope you follow me and you like my videos, even though you don't watch it. Just leave your phone running and like give it a like and subscribe, so I can start growing my followers, so I can start doing better things. Obviously, the
You're
more you do, the
doing
better it goes.
things, and I've seen you grow so much over the last year. I just want to tell you congratulations. You're doing great.
Well, the question that I have, well, the questions that I have is related to that precisely because what's going on with my financial and legal situation. I mean, I received a letter from not a letter. I received the file from the federal court. I need to um, write a letter asking for the settlement and for either for ask for more time and to see if my attorneys are going to take my case. I don't know if I should write myself the letter and just send it and see what they say. And obviously grow the YouTube channel because it's also related to my finances, and it's kind of like maybe the responsibilities is an issue, the amount of responsibilities, because I do see myself. I didn't um, grow up emotionally as related to my age. I still see myself like a 5-year old, and I know it's related to an accident that I had when I was 5 years old. So it's kind of like breaking with all these blockages or
Yeah,
finding the right energy, the right tune in order for me to be able to
yeah,
succeed to become professional. I still see myself like a little frightened, like a frightened little girl of
uh-huh,
4 years old. And how can I overcome all that and be successful? Get the settlement for the SSDI, either
yes,
with or without the attorney, and get the another thing, the trust that I need to deposit the checks and collect the checks and deposit everything into a trust and be able to do the videos, the proper videos that I have in my mind.
Amy,
Like, how do I get out of my mind? And I know my ancestors had to do, so how do I understand all this? Because I want to go forward and I still feel pulled backwards.
Amy,
Uh,
Amy,
yeah.
we would have no time for anyone else if we were able to actually do the work that was required with this.
Uh-huh.
So, what one thing would you like to get from today?
Um,
While
the
you,
attorney,
okay,
the thing with the attorneys with the federal court, I also need clarity. If the option is ask for more time, send a letter for the settlement to the judge, be able to write a professional letter and request what I want so I can get it. Or if I really need the attorney, should I go to the attorney and that's what, should I try first all these things? Should I try first the letter for the settlement and then request more time and then go to the attorney? Do I really need the 3 things to be done, or I can get it myself with just sending the letter for the settlement? I mean, remove everything that doesn't allow me to get it with the letterman for the settlement. I guess that would be what needs to be knocked down so I can succeed and get the money.
okay, so let's go ahead because when you're in your head like you are, that's all the third dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're going to step out of that and let your body, because your body's more conscious than you are. You're trying to figure everything out. Your body's not trying to figure it out. Your body's more conscious than you are. So if anyone else is listening, and if you are also on here with us and you have like you feel like there's a lot of plates you're spinning and there's a lot of pots you've got on different burners and you're sliding them to the back and you're getting them to the front and you're turning them on high and this one's on simmer and you're putting a lid on that. If you've got a lot of that kind of mind chatter kind of going on, then go with what your body knows. So let's ask all of our bodies about what's going to create the most benevolent outcome. So, Amy, take a deep breath in. Everyone else, take a deep breath in. Yeah. So, Amy, out on 3, and any locks, blocks, and stops leave. 1, 2, 3. Nice. So, Truth, go ahead and feel your body. So, I'm just going to say a couple things, and you tell me which one your body gets most excited about.
Okay.
So, you writing your own letter, you hiring an attorney, did either of those elicit a response?
Yeah, I got a more. I lean forward for the first one for writing my own letter.
You got it. That's your guidance.
Thank you.
See how easy that was? We make it so hard up here. You got it, honey. Woo!
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Oh, that was amazing. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Welcome.
Thank
We've
you, Kelsey, for the offer.
I get decision overload, and Kel said too many tabs open. Yeah, I get that decision power. And I actually bought a flower essence that said "Be decisive," or like you said, not even decisiveness, just learning how to listen to our intuition. Thank you so much, Susan.
Susan,
I've
Kelly.
been telling your story to so many people, by the way, just the whole feather thing and the plant thing, and we love you. Welcome.
Oh, that story.
Yeah, but go
Oh
ahead.
my God. And Susan, you like next to my bedside, I have covered up all my beautiful angel feathers that I've collected. So it was so happy to see you when you did that. I opened it up this morning actually and paid and like, gave them attention. All of them.
Of course you did. Yeah, those are your blessings.
Oh my gosh, right? Which is
Angel
leading me.
blessings.
Yeah.
How can I be of service today?
So today, oh my goodness. So I'm going back down to my spiritual pull of a move, right? I'm really following spirit. And I just kind of what we were just talking about. There's lots of plates spinning, and I'm just not sure what to focus on when I'm there for a very short period of time. But I am meeting a new community that is literally just starting and just trying to figure out what is my most benevolent direction. Like when I go down there for just 2 days to really make it the most
Yes.
benevolent for me, right? Because I have many plates spinning without anything coming, right? It's just
Yes. Yeah. So if you were going to make a list of all those things, what's the most important thing for you to know, like right now when you get there? Like, is it where you're going to live, where you're going to work, who you're going to be friends with, the possibilities of expansion, location? What's the top thing for you?
it's live and the work. It kind of goes hand. It really goes hand in hand.
Okay, tell me how you connect live and work together.
The means to how I can live.
Mhm. So what would be fun for you?
Um, to what would be fun to me is to
That's a
to
tricky one, huh?
I know because like I know what when I haven't had much, I've been not working, right, for so long now, regularly,
Okay, so you know
that,
the story.
yeah,
You're going to your past to try to create your present.
Yeah.
So that's not going to serve you. So do you have a dollar amount of what you need to live?
Yes.
Okay. So does that dollar amount, have you equated it out to be how much monthly?
Approximately, yes.
Okay. So you're going down there, and do you have job interviews, job applications, job wishes?
Yeah. So I'm going down there because this this one center, wellness center that I found the day, literally the hour I was driving 10 hours back home, I stepped into, and they pretty much I asked them, I've said, I'm picking up and relocating, looking for community. And they just had their first meeting of 20, you know, a conscious community. So they just built a conscious community. And I'm like, I need work in order to come here too. Like just,
What
and
we
they pretty
talked
much
about.
offered. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah,
So
this
I'm
is
going
what
to
we
see
talked about.
them. Right. So I'm going
Okay.
to see them, but
Yeah.
it's not going to be enough.
Enough.
So, but is it enough? Like it's part time and doing what I do best, right? Like it's selling their community, their services, and
Uh-huh.
but it's not going to suffice me. Then also looking for because I'm looking for a place too.
Okay.
So there's got to be this balance.
Right.
That I think that's what it is.
Yeah. So have you had a conversation with them about um, part-time now for this amount of time and then full-time after that, or part-time with benefits now, or part-time with commission or bonuses if it's sales, or like, have you done some negotiations with them? And or do they know how much you'd like to be full-time?
They're a small business, very small business, but they have practitioners that rent space out of their space. So they want me to do all the workshops we've talked about. Like they want me in it, right? Furman University, they have 8 wellness holistic practitioners like what you're doing, all doing it. Like, we want you to do a workshop there too, right? So they want to integrate me, but they don't have the finances to support me as a staff full time. So last minute they asked, we can do
That's
part time.
that's the key word. But when you use the word but in anything, like I
Okay.
love I love you, but, or this is great, but anytime you use the word but, you negate everything you just said before it.
Mhm.
And you just drop your frequency to the lowest vibration to what you're like willing to accept. So instead of but, change it to and.
Mhm.
I'm part-time and what else is possible? I'm part-time and can I start an after-school program? I'm part-time and can I start a new hobby? I'm part-time and can I do a meetup group? I'm part-time and, do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and then ask your body. So let's ask your body if like that's the most benevolent outcome or if there's something else possible. Because it feels like that your eggs landed in that basket and you're like, there's so much right about it. But this one aspect, which is the part-time, not enough pay. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So what if there's something else available that you haven't been willing to look for, you haven't been willing to search for, you haven't been willing to acknowledge that could supplement it and or replace it, and then you could do that as a hobby. Like I used to teach first grade and was a Walt Disney World dancer. So I was still doing what I loved dancing, but I had a full-time income. And I didn't dance for the money, I just danced for the fun of it. They did pay me though. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So what if that's something else in combination with this or in and of itself is actually what your body's looking for to
Mhm.
create the living income that you need.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So everybody
Completely.
take a deep breath in. Yeah, so everywhere you have been in the third dimension going, it's this or that. It's this or that. It's this and that. Yeah, all of that. This, then that. Yeah, has totally locked and limited you from asking for an infinite possibility. Like something else can be available, something else is available, something else is totally and completely available. We just haven't been willing to ask for it. We haven't been able to search for it. We haven't been able to look for it. Yeah, everything that's known and unknown, said and unsaid, acknowledged and unacknowledged, out on three, and all those blocks leave. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So before you get down there, Susan, let your fingers do the walking. So let's go ahead and check your body. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm
I
gonna
have
have
I have a pendulum. Do you want me to do my pendulum or my body?
whichever you would
Okay.
like best, whatever
Okay.
would work better for you. If you
Yeah.
do the pendulum, do the get rid of all the extra energies with you and
Yeah.
ask for the yes and the no. But if you do the body, we'll just roll with it.
All
Okay,
right.
so
I'll just do the
truth.
body then.
Okay,
Quicker.
so truth, is it, yeah, the most benevolent outcome for the job, the part-time job you're talking about, and something else. So I'm just gonna put PT plus 1 and get the frequency of that. Part-time plus something else. Okay, cool. Now I'm
Yes.
gonna talk about something else that's full-time. Got the frequency of that. Did you get a response, a visceral response in your body?
Yeah, I got it on both.
Both. Okay, so let's do a third one.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the last one. So truth, um, creating the most benevolent outcome, is it the something else and the part-time? So of those three, which one was the greatest response?
Well, actually, the last one like had me forward and then 5 steps forward. Like literally, my body went 5 steps forward. So if that made sense, I don't know what frequency you got on all of them, but
Yeah, yeah. I got the flat, for me, I got a flat line for the first two. So that's when you said I got a response on both of them, know that that's the okay
hmm
response that your body gives you. And then this one. So it's full-time job, full-time work, plus the part-time that
hmm
you're, and that's going to create the most benevolent outcome for you when you're done.
Okay. Okay. So that's kind of what I've been putting myself more of my energy into, feeling that, right? And I love the fact my body went forward as my yes, but then I took 5 steps forward. Like my body's never done that before, Susan. It literally walked 5 steps.
Because it's doing it differently.
So
It's
thank
giving,
you. Boom.
welcome, you're welcome. It's giving you your information differently.
Yeah,
So
it totally
cool.
did.
So
And you don't even need me to do this. Now that you guys, you got it, you can do this. You can continue to do this yourself. Susan, keep us posted. Amy, keep us posted. Sharon, let us know what's going on.
yes, and I can't wait to see also your flower or your plant creations because I think those are really good. But it sounds like you're taking 5 steps forward. So definitely keep us posted.
Figuring it out along the way, right?
We
So,
love you.
yeah.
We love you. And we're excited for your spoon bending this year too, because the member collaborators are going to be doing spoon bending. So we'd love to invite Ashley and I were talking about you the other day.
Can I share a quick story? Because I kept thinking about it while you were doing that. So in the late 1800s, all billiard balls in the British Empire were made out of ivory. So the British government put out a reward and said, anybody who can come up with a replacement will give you $10,000. A lot of money in that time. So there was a chemist day and night. He's struggling, trying to figure it out. And one day he made this black goo. He was completely like, I've had it. He threw his chemistry set in the sink and he went out and got drunk. Came back the next day and he started cleaning up. You know, he's going to get over it. He's scrubbing and he can't get this black out of the sink. Turned out he had inadvertently discovered the first industrial black dye, made $50 million off of it.
Wow.
Then he invested it in a nitroglycerin factory. It blew up and he was broke again. But you got to be careful where you go with it.
Right? Keep asking questions.
Keep asking questions. Yeah. But your session there, that story just kept coming back to me. So I wanted to share.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay.
Yeah. That was a great share. Yeah, this was definitely something really powerful, Susan, that the fact that I never did that, like where I literally got up after just testing the body and then walked 5 steps forward. Like, wait, what? My body really talking to me.
Yes.
It's exciting.
Something coming.
It's like our bodies have been looking for this connection with us for so long. And since we opened that door to let's do it differently, done differently, like the body's ready to talk to you and communicate with you differently. There's your new normal.
And so I decided, my body knew not to use this. I wouldn't have known that if I did this, right? So it's really trusting the body. We don't need the external to trust. We trust our body.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking, Susan, for everybody watching today, since she's given you such a powerful tool, if you could explain, Susan, how to do muscle testing with your full body. And I also, just while we're breaking here, I wanted to say that if you want to come back into the backstage to work live with Susan, you can go to ourlightnet.org/Susan and you can watch her other recordings. You can see other times she's going to be playing with us this year, or you can join LightNet to step in with us. So thank you. So Susan, explain to us how to do full body muscle testing. Kel, we're right with you in a second here.
Yeah. So this will give everyone a chance who would like to jump over and jump on an opportunity to do that and come play with us over here. So full body muscle testing has to do with you being able to and willing to kind of let your body sort of give you information. And so what you want to do is you want to stand shoulder width apart, but not as far as your shoulders, just a little bit further in from your shoulders, but not so your feet are together. So your feet are separated just before you get to the point that it's shoulder distance. And when you first stand up to do this, like just let your body kind of sway around. Because what you're taught is that forward means yes and back means no. It's just what you're taught. You search it, you Google, you watch videos, that's what it's going to tell you. But see, that's where you are not allowing your body an opportunity to communicate with you how it would like to communicate with you. So our bodies like to give us the yes and the no. So the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to ask for all the extra energies to move away from you because you've come in contact with what I call people, pets, and plants, which is like the news, it's the pets, it's the kids, it's school, it's work, it's email, it's the TV, it's dinner and laundry and the car. It's all that kind of stuff. Well, that's all influencing you based on your energy field. It's impacting your energy field. So when you're muscle testing, we've got to ask for all those extra energies to like get out of the way so you can get a direct connect right to your soul's essence, your soul's resonance. So you take a deep breath in and you ask for all the extra energies to move away from you in 500 trillion directions and for 500 trillion miles on 3. And then you blow out. When you blow out, they must move out. And then they're gone. So then you ask the body and you use the word truth first, because we all like to have a point of view about things. Like I hate broccoli, but you know what? My body doesn't mind broccoli because it needs some of those vitamins, minerals, and elements. And I'll tell you what, when I get a yes for broccoli, it does taste a whole lot better than when I used to say I hate broccoli, because what you think about, you talk about, what you talk about, you bring about. So can you see how that sort of manifests as a limitation? So what you're going to do is you're going to ask your body, truth, show me a yes, and just allow your body to move in whatever direction it is. And the first lean, the first motion it goes in, that's the motion. That's going to be your yes. And then go ahead and write yourself back to neutral and say, truth, body, show me a no, and it will go in a different direction. It's not always the opposite. So yes can be forward and back, and no can kind of be a counterclockwise turn. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong way for your body to do it. So what we do is we call this a question session. So while we're asking questions right now, this is your body's way of giving you a yes and a no. But if later tonight or tomorrow morning or some other time, you're looking to do some questions, go ahead and give your body the opportunity to give you a yes and to tell you which way it would like to indicate a no. And that actually offers you a different possibility with your body versus forcing it to do what everyone tells you it's supposed to do, because that's the right way to do it and that's the correct way. And then you're in the polarity and you're out of choice. Now, here's the key. If your body does anything else but give you a yes and a no, the way it gave it to you when you first asked for it, you're not doing it wrong. Your body is giving you information. You don't need to ask again. You need to ask a more focused question. And it couldn't give you an answer, a yes or a no, because it could either be both or neither. So that's why it gives you either, if you're using a pendulum, it would just sit there or bounce or do something else. Well, your body may do something completely different. That's okay. That's just your body's way of saying, ask me another question, get more precise, focus in so I can give you the yes and the no you're looking for. So that's it.
That is so exciting. That is so exciting because, yeah, when you get stuck to know to go to the next question, that's another huge tip. So cool. We have Kel, and Kel is the last one at this moment to go today. So welcome, Kel. Thanks for
Hi.
and thanks for collaborating with us at LightNet. We love you.
Thank you. I love you guys too, and I appreciate it. And I'm going to get active on my interviews. I've been going through a lot of what else is new.
So, honey, how
Let's
can I
clear
be
some
of
of this.
service? What is your big thing that's going on? What's the number
My
one?
my the number one thing is I'm in a really difficult relationship.
Uh-huh.
And for the first time in 10 years, after 10 years ago, I swore never again. So I met this special unicorn and went through all this crazy stuff that I did.
Uh-huh.
And like flew to another country, picked him up, brought him home, and things shifted.
Yeah.
And it's
Yes, it
it's
did.
it's it's hard. Like I'm a runner. Like I'm
Horrible.
just like, no, I can't do this. I got to get this. And I'm
It's
like,
horrible. It's
yeah,
horrible.
it's hard.
Yeah,
It's so hard
it is.
because like especially like just opening myself up to this even conceptually after so long of
Yeah.
swearing, like I was like, just not gonna happen. So I like put that whole part of my life, just
Yeah.
cut it off and like don't have to think about that anymore.
Right.
And then
But see,
all of a
here's the
sudden,
thing.
and I'm like deep
Yeah.
in it again, and I'm like you know, all my other relationships were so like surface and ridiculous. Even my last one, which was 17 years. And
Uh-huh.
now all this stuff is coming up that like
Yeah.
I got stuck in back then that never dealt with. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, like how do you even have a relationship in 2025? You know, like how do you do
Question.
this? I
That's a good question.
didn't even know.
So the definition of the word relationship, do you know what that is?
No, not specific.
So what does relationship mean to you?
Um, like a mutual like situation where both parties bring things to the table to benefit each other.
Survey says
No.
it's a scientific term that means the distance between 2 points,
Okay.
which is the complete opposite of what we were taught it meant. So when you were going to pick him up and bring him here and this and that and the other, do you remember what you said about you would never do this again with the previous relationship?
Hmm.
When you say never, it's a forever word. So in order to
Well,
never
I
do it
meant it that way.
again, yeah, so in order to never do it again, you have to reinstall it to make sure you wouldn't forget it. You'll never forget it. So by using that word, you had to create it again. Do you get that? Does that make sense? It feels like you're having a hard time kind of.
Yeah, I am. I'm
Yeah.
struggling with that.
No, so always and nevers, they're forever words. So if like you're always going to be there for someone or you'll never forget what happened to you,
Right.
right? Then you have to reinstall that. So you
Oh,
always
yeah, yeah,
remember and
yeah.
forget.
Yeah.
So when you said you'd never do that relationship again, in order to make sure you never do it again, you've got to reinstall it.
Right. But I don't not want to never do it again. Like I want to open up to it and do it right.
Exactly. So even doing it right is polarity, right and wrong.
Yeah.
It's like the slate needs to be cleaned, like all of the points of view that you have. And it's less about them and more about you. So
Hmm.
how much fun do you have with you?
Not a lot.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So that would be the first place to start, is to start choosing what would be fun for you. If being in the relationship with him is fun, awesome. If it's not, bye-bye. So, Kel, there's three places people are in. They're either contributing to you, they're neutral, or they're taking away from you. Anybody and everybody who's taking away from you has to go. They have to. They are not serving anything whatsoever. They got to go. So people, places, things, ideas, strategies, work, locations, if it's not contributing to you. I know I just saw that deep sigh. You're like, oh, I knew she was going to say something like that. Then there's neutral people. Well, how many of us have been getting rid of the stuff that doesn't work for us? Right? Like, how long have we been doing it? Right? We've been told to get rid of the stuff, get rid of it, get rid of it. But what about the stuff that's neutral? We've been kind of okay with that, right? If it's not broken, we're not going to fix it. That neutral stuff is the stuff that's got to go. This is the stuff that's also holding you back from creating the most benevolent outcome. Yeah, that neutral stuff, you have to go over here to neutral to get it all excited, to get it jazzed up, right? To make it positive, to bring it over here, which is what you have to do with him in order to be with him. And then you come over here. Well, do you know how much energy that takes?
Yes. So much that that both of my car batteries died at the same time. So I had to pull from my car batteries.
See that your environment is even telling you it's gotta go out with the old, in with the new, on with the next. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in, everybody. Yeah, cool. So truth, anywhere and everywhere, we've run the always and never programmings where we'd always remember and we'd never forget, or we'd never do it again, or we'd always have something a certain way. We're actually not in the question of what is in the highest and best that would create the most benevolent outcome, which is what we're looking for. So only in the question are you empowered. Anything else disempowers you. So everywhere you've gone to conclusion, separation, calculation, computation, and judgment, out on 3 and it leaves. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So you know that your frequency and his are not a match. Yeah.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah. And so you're growing, you're like moving forward, him not so much. Bye, Adam. So what if it was his time to go play with someone else? And what if it was your turn, your time to get happy, to generate the happiness, the joy, the bliss, and the fun in your life that you've been missing?
Hmm.
Look at everybody's response, Cal. Did you see them? They're like happy dancing for you, girl. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I need to find something to do. So I don't do enough. Like I don't have I don't have a job. I don't have like I need to do something, and I'm stuck in that part of it of like, what am I doing here? Like I have all these skills. I have no idea how to use them. Nobody wants them. No, like I don't know what I'm like. I have no idea what to do or where to go
See,
with
that's a
anything.
conclusion.
Yeah.
Those are all conclusions. So what question could you ask? Someone
You
unmute
get
themselves and
stuck
give
with
her
the
some
same
questions.
ones.
Yeah, someone unmute and give her some help. Yep, Sharon.
Okay, I would ask, what skill set, or what's my skill that gives me the most joy? What do I like to do the most? And so whatever skill you have, let's say writing, because you offered to help someone with their writing. So let's say if writing gives you a lot of joy, okay, so now what can I do with that that would really bring a lot of happiness and joy and fulfillment into my life?
Yeah, here's my problem. Every time I do something that turns
Okay,
into a
stop,
job, I
stop,
end up despising
stop,
it.
stop,
Like, how do I not do that?
stop, stop. I'm gonna stop you like I stopped Amy. So that's the past. You're pulling that failure into the present moment and you're trying to create based on failure. That's not going to work. You're not going to get the most benevolent outcome. There is no more statements any longer, Cal. You have to be in the question all the time.
Okay.
That's what'll empower you. Everything else disempowers you. So it's
Okay.
like,
Thank you. That's helpful. I've never heard that before, and that's critical.
yeah, that's why I had to stop you. I didn't mean to be rude, but if
No, no,
you
no, I
continue,
need you to.
okay, if you continued with it, you actually locked it in at a cellular level as your truth. And I know that's not the truth that would create the most benevolent outcome for you. Sharon, that's an awesome question. Thank you so much. Kel, would it be helpful
Thank
if you had
you.
a couple other questions to write down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who else would like to pop off mute and go live and give Kel a question that she
If
could ask and use?
if I couldn't fail, what would I choose to do?
Okay, that's a good one.
Now, did your brain go anywhere with that one?
I was too busy writing it down. Um, um,
See, we don't want the brain to go anywhere
yeah.
Good.
I
It,
start getting overwhelmed with ideas. Like that's
exactly.
this is like what happens is like there's
Yeah.
so many possibilities
Mhm.
that as soon as I open up like this, I get overwhelmed and I get paralyzed.
Yeah, you just write them down.
Like,
You just write down your ideas and then you go, okay, is this fun for me? Is this fun for
okay,
me? Is this
okay,
one fun for me? And then you'll start going, okay, this is a 2 for fun. This is a 5 for fun. Sharon's
okay,
laughing. I've had her do this before. This is a 6 for fun. So between 8 and 10, Kel, those are the things you want to do. Fun factor 8, 9, or 10.
okay.
Okay, cool. I think Bethany has a question for you
Yeah,
too.
Bethany, and one other quick thing, Kel. I was thinking like if you decide that if writing is something, then the next maybe question would be like what types of people you want to write about or what would you want to write? So that's another layer of specificity about something
Okay.
hit on.
All right, I have a question for you, Kel. How can
Okay.
others see my value if you don't see your value in yourself?
Yeah. Yeah. And I
You're
hate that.
valuable.
I,
You're
like I
amazing.
hate that whole like that whole concept of you have to love yourself first and you have to that completely like blows me out of the water. I don't know how to do that. I have no idea how to do that.
So
Like
the
I
I
don't
would
even know
look
what
in the
love
mirror.
is.
I would look in the mirror every day and say, tell yourself until you believe it, until you understand and feel it in your heart that I am powerful, I am loved, I am all of that. Until you believe what you see looking back at you, how can anybody else see it?
Yeah.
But I think you're wonderful. I think you're great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Uh huh.
I second that.
Yeah, I do too.
Thank you.
Come over and write with us. We're finally got the blog.
Oh, I would
I
love
see
to.
the
I
new
would love to. I would see now that like I keep trying to like come up with my own thing and I'm just like, who needs me? Like there's a million others doing the same thing. There's others doing this. There's others doing this. Like I'm just one more bunch of crap to add to the
So
noise
is
is
that a
how I
question?
feel.
No,
Is
no.
that a question?
No, no.
No, you just judged the out of yourself.
I I don't know how to flip like
Stop.
everything is all like I don't want to say all but like
Yeah,
like it just automatically flips negative no matter what I
exactly.
do.
Because that's the neural pathway that you were created when you were a kid. And that's why it has to stop. You have to get firm with yourself. Like it's not okay to do self-degradation.
Right.
It's
And I
not,
do. I try that like every morning I brush my teeth with my opposite hand and say I love you, I love you, I love you in the mirror. It doesn't do shit. It makes me feel I just the other voice in my head goes, "You're such a fucking idiot. Shut the hell up. What are you talking about?" And I don't know how to
yeah,
shut that off. I don't know
yeah,
how to shut that off.
yeah,
It's vicious. I mean, it
it
tells me
is.
to kill myself. I mean, it's like I
So,
call it the berserker. It's like a software program that like as soon as I try to do something positive, this thing like comes in and just rams me. And
so
I'm like,
this is a different factor now. This is something completely different. Anything that tells you to kill yourself is not benevolent.
right. And I know this.
Yeah. So
And
we've got to
it's
get
so
you.
powerful.
Yeah, we just have to disconnect that from you.
Yeah. How do I do that? But
Yeah.
that's where it gets.
You'll get my my website, susanshatzer.com, and you'll go book your 30-minute no-cost consultation. And we're gonna disconnect that, any and
Okay.
all of that from you. And we'll check and make sure your portals, backdoors, and trapdoors are all closed. Sharon's like, okay.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Because like that's what I like I know about that stuff,
Uh,
but I like how do you like how to actually like see it and clear it and you
you
know what I
get
mean?
it. Yeah, you get someone who does that.
You know.
Yeah. Like you do your thing and you get somebody else to do their thing. Like I am so five dimensional, like things like CRM and email and taxes. You would all, I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. You would all
Right.
just think this is so funny. So I had to create a hurricane here, a cat 5. to get out of doing my taxes because I had to do my taxes in like 4 days. My son was here and he's like, Mom, you're just waiting till the last minute again. So last year's was moved, and so I get the extension. Yeah, so I do the creative tax avoidance thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm there with you. I get people to do the things that I'm not good at. It's not fun for me. I'm not doing it. I fix it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
susanshatzer.com for everyone. There's a button. It's very clear when you go to the site of how to book a consultation. And it is like sometimes it's hard to see another perspective, and I think it's, as we're all learning through stuff, because I know everyone tonight that heard someone get up here and talk about the thing that they're stuck with, I think we all can resonate. And I think we can really think that the world is changing right now. So, Kel, the world is ready for you, and you're ready for the world. And there's a lot of things that weren't possibilities before that might be possibilities now. In terms of healing and health, it's going to be opening up. It's a lot to be hopeful about. And it was fun to hear you talking about your boyfriend because your girlfriend, you looked really happy, and I was happy to see you today come alive. And thank you, Susan, for when we get overwhelmed, either to check with our gut and do the muscle testing or just change it into a question to get curious. That's why we have the Curiosity Labs at Lightnet. It's getting curious can take you out of that, oh my God, panic, overwhelm. This is not fun.
Yeah, just start a list of all the things that you come up with. You don't have to keep them all up here. And then you just check with them. Okay, so how much fun would you be? A 3. How much fun would you be? It's it's almost like, what is that Family Feud where they go, top 5 answers are on the board. 100 people surveyed. Is it orgasm? Just kidding. It was just an example.
Can we fit one more in? I don't know if Lori has a comment. Your hand raised. Can we do one? Can we fit? Or Lori, welcome. Good to see you.
I'm gonna have to leave in a minute. That's why I said it's okay. I won't need to go. I just wanted to say something to Kelly about this because I had a really hard time with self-talk, and my stepdad was real mean growing up, and he was always yelling at me. And so I used to always hear that voice you're talking about, that always. So what really helped a lot for me was to picture myself as like a baby or whatever you love most. Like if you have a dog or a cat, just whatever innocent thing, like I'm not sure if you have kids or nieces or nephews or something, but just whatever like sweet little innocent thing that you have a connection to, and just think of yourself as them. So just anytime you start to talk to yourself, try to think of yourself as a child or a baby, and like you would never be mean or anything to a baby. You would never be like, oh, you're so fucking stupid to a little kid or a baby. And it's really hard to redo that self-talk, but I've made really great strides with it. And that was just something that helped me a ton, was just to visualize. It's like I visualize like my children, or well, I'm kind of tough on my kids, but another child that is not mine. But and that really helped me. So I just want to let you know that, and maybe that'll help you as well. Yeah. And thank you guys so much. I love seeing everyone.
Thank you,
Thanks
Lori.
so much, Lori. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's these little things and little progress. Adam and I were working on listening this whole like a week and a half because of Captain Adam, and I think it's almost like it's gone backwards, like opening up the full wound on both sides. I mean, it's just like absolutely mind-blowing. Like, are we going backwards? But we're not, because we're all moving forward, and we're all just like, why are we? And your whole thing about why do you choose those roles is exactly what Susan is all about. She is a refreshing, incredible force in this world. You're in a new movie. You're coming to Sedona for the Sedona Ascension Retreat, which we're very excited about. You're doing this Limited Life Institution to re-envision education for in every single way, about empowering you guys to get the list of what you want, to follow your heart. And if you need any encouragement, we're here at ourlightnet.org. And Susan, I leave it for you in the last word. And Adam, if you wanted to say anything before.
Yeah, Kel, I've seen you around for quite a while now, and so I hope the next time you look in the mirror, you can see this immortal, eternal being that's using this body to have an experience here. It's one of many that you've had, one of many that you'll have. And as you discover that person, as Susan helps you understand how to deal with that voice, I think you're going to find that loving yourself is really easy. It's going to be one of the easiest
Thank you.
ever done.
I've had like different points in my life where things have come together and I've been okay with myself. And just the last bunch of years, it's just been, I just can't seem to
It's
figure out how
okay.
to
Tomorrow's a new day.
energize myself. Yeah.
It's
So
okay. We're going to get you. And if you can't find something on the schedule, Cal, Zenka has my phone number. Just
okay.
text,
Thank you.
get you in sooner than later.
Yes. All right, everyone. Susan, I leave the last word to you.
I was going to say, Zenka and Adam, like, what can we do for you?
Oh, I mean, the listening thing has been really hard because it's like a double wound. So it's it's like, I don't know what's going on. I told him this year that my gift to him and like the masculine was to be a better listener. So I wanted to gift. I thought it was interesting to see how what the feminine would give to the masculine, what the masculine would give to the feminine. And you've given me so many gifts. We listed the other day like the gifts. I mean, even just physical gifts or things he's done for my son, or like there's been you've given me so much gifts. In terms of just encouraging me, believing in me, and all the wonderful things you've done for me. So I don't know, but you cured my seasickness. I still just get blown away. I told Lucas, Nico's dad, the other day, I was like, you're not gonna believe this. I was holding on to that condition like I don't know what. I was like, in the back of my mind, like I said, I never believed that you could cure my seasickness. And then we went on the trip, we're on curvy
did.
roads, and I was on my phone on curvy roads for hours at a time. And I was like, I I I just didn't feel it anymore. And I went flying with Nico for his birthday and they flew up, and I was like, I'm not even gonna ask them if people get sick because I'm not choosing that, and I'm not gonna get sick. And this is really exciting. And I did not get sick.
And now it's really expensive because we're going to go back.
Nico wants to fly again. He has the flying lab, curiosity lab at Lightning, so he's already really excited. But
So what she's not saying is my sweet dear friend here has really struggled this last week to listen. And
no, I did say that.
And it's just a phase. It's a phase. It's a part of where we're going. And we'll get through it. It's okay. It's okay. She
Yeah,
might
we're be guided.
be doing it just to make me a more patient person. I don't know.
Well, no, and I think it opens up wounds on both sides. And I also think maybe, I've always wanted my clairaudience to come in, and I was wondering, like, because you can fix your eyes and your ears, is what are you not listening? Like, so what do you think's my problem with not listening? Is because I'm so desperate to be heard because I felt not listened to. Maybe I don't know. Like, you tell me, Susan, you have the genius.
Me, all the above.
Right. And we're talking about the ands and the butt.
And something else. Yeah. So what if it's not a wrongness?
That's what Dr. Hart told me, who he was like, you think you always have to be right. And that comes from like, if you're not right, you're not loved, I guess. But I'm also like feel like underappreciated for my strategical like that's what I do. That's that's the gift I was given.
So does someone else need a raise?
I don't
We
need
all do.
hold
Does
on.
someone else need more sex? Maybe somebody else needs more sex. More sex, a raise,
Crazy. That has been
orgasms.
no money and sex have been fine. I mean, maybe.
Kel is laughing really hard.
Yeah.
Bethany
Goodies.
is giggling over there too. Yeah, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how amazing are you at what you do?
I'm in a 7 or 8.
Whoa, would everyone else 11, 10, 10? Yeah, oh yeah, 15, 15. Yeah. So everywhere you're not willing to give yourself credit, full credit, all the credit, because then you would be boastful and stuck up and yeah, then
Know it all.
you wouldn't be liked and then people would have something to make fun of you about. And she's so smart, she's a brain, and you can't be pretty and smart. You can be pretty or smart. Yeah, everywhere that was a wrongness and not a strongness, everywhere you didn't have choice with it, and everywhere you believed that that was the program, everywhere you bought into it that someone sold to you and you've had it running in the background, would you be willing to destroy a grate and remove it at this time, please? Taking a great big deep breath in, everybody. Out on 3 and it leaves. 1, 2, 3. So Zake, I want to hear it. I'm the bomb.
I'm the bomb.
Let's hear it.
I'm a 10 plus.
Say it again.
Yeah,
I'm the bomb.
the bomb. And you're a 10 plus?
Yes.
What was that?
I'm 11 on a scale of 10.
Can you feel it and own it?
I think everyone has that thing that they have to that special thing, and I know what mine is, and I'm excited to keep doing that bigger and better in the world. So yeah, I I'm starting to know myself and ask for what I to take on what I am good at, and that is consciousness research and lucid living and you know it's the same, Susan. We're doing it differently. It's got to be easier than this. Lucid living is real. It can happen. It's consciousness. It's a choice. It's a perspective. It's a story that we tell ourselves. And yeah, so thank you, Susan. My story is that I'm a great network architect and a metaverse architect, and I can't wait to build social systems that tie us together and show us how powerful we are and how immortal. I love that you said that to Kel. And I want to go to space. I want to be an ambassador for ETs, and I want to be creative, and I want people to believe in their dreams with the technology and the stories that we tell.
And get paid a buttload of money.
That thing.
Enough
Forgot.
salary to flourish. Yeah, to like we
Forgot about the money. Money does not want to be forgotten.
okay, cool. Yeah, and the money to
Lots
do
of money.
amazing things in this world, to
Like-
flow through everything that we do, the dream machine, because it is unlimited. It's the story we tell that it's not.
Yeah.
This is yeah, you're right, Susan. You're right. The money's gonna come through, I think, for all of us this
Begging
year.
for like, please,
Yeah,
please,
it
just-
is.
Just say
And
it. Say the words.
and in the dream machine, we also say that love and confidence and people and resources and tools and locations are also what we need. So I hope for super collaborations and win-win where all you guys are finding your people, you're finding your locations, you're finding the jobs, you're finding the tools you need. And just like you had with Susan, it's a yes, yes, and it's an and slowly we come alive to our greatest excitement.
Who's the bomb now?
We all are, you are, I am. Susan, I can't wait to see you flourish this year. You are just
We are going to play when Bethany and I get there with you guys. Oh my goodness.
I
Party
know.
time.
We already have dinner parties lined up the whole week for you
Party
guys.
time.
We're so excited. Yeah, everyone come down to the Sedona Ascension Retreat. You can look it up that way. It's the 10th anniversary. There's so many incredible people going to be there, including we've got everyone, Adam Apollo, Daryl Anka, Vivian, Peter are coming. You're going to be there. Tony Ghazi's going to be there. Mark Anthony's going to be there. I mean, it's just going to be
Amazing.
amazing. It's in 1 month from now. So Cal, come. There's still time. And
Fantastic.
we're gonna have a big light night contingent there. We're gonna have a table talking about Adham's impossible coaching and collaborating the interviews. So
We have the best party here.
no.
Of course you do.
Of course.
Of course it is.
Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, sending love to everyone. Susan, any last word, or Adam, any last word? Thank you so much for enlightening us once again.
You're so welcome. I was going to say, Bethany, she was having some emotions there. What was that?
Bethany, we love you.
Oh man, yeah, I had some I'm surprised you didn't see the big ugly cry, but I had it. I had tears flowing. Just Zinka, hon, you are an absolute inspiration. I told you this before, you have helped change my life, and you are a pillar, a strong woman, and I am so grateful to have to be in your presence and call you a friend. And I love you, and I think you're just an amazing mother, amazing woman, and I think you're great, and I appreciate all the work that you do, and you do an amazing job.
Oh, thank you so much, Bethany. We're excited to really use the platform this year and really grow. And I'm so excited to see what you do because your energy is so powerful and unstoppable, Bethany. And we're talking about coherence the other day, about how you bring people with you on this journey, and you light up the room, Bethany. Your personality you and vibe with you, and you're a great teacher, and you're very conscious, and I'm excited that you're working with us and Susan and just being you, because yeah, I love your
Well,
I love both.
well, and working with both you ladies and Sharon and Kel, I hope I get to work with everybody here tonight, even more. And I mean, each one of y'all have catapulted me, and it helps me grow every day and makes me, allows me to be a better person than what I was yesterday. And so, and I appreciate every single one of y'all tonight. Y'all have all taught me something, and I appreciate it. And I'm so full of gratitude and gratefulness. And so just thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Bethany.
Thank you, Zanka. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Amy, Don, Kel, Sharon, Lori. Oh my goodness. Adham.
So
Yeah, so when do we meet again?
April 27th, I was just gonna say that's our next time, and 27 is my big favorite number right now. So this is exciting. We'll be back with you then. In the meantime, susanshatzer.com, and follow all that Susan's doing. It's really incredible, and she's so refreshing, and I needed that joy in my life, and she brought it. And you make this so fun and easy. Thank you for who you are and being who you are, and all
On
you're
the
doing
fun
for
scale, Susan,
education.
you're a 10.
You're a 10.
Fun scale, fun factor. Yay!
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Love
Thank
you.
you. I love you guys so much.
Thank you.